For some time, I have been interested in going to Africa. And one of the places that I've been interested in going is Kampala, Uganda. For the fact that Uganda is a growing country and there is a lot of opportunity for skilled African Americans. In trying to get information for Uganda, I came across a lady named Miss Black Expat. And in her video, she talks about her experiences as an international teacher at a British school in Kampala. She makes the notion that these people who are internationals or foreigners, Europeans and the like, have a certain disdain for African people. She says that they look down upon them and think that they are dirty, they are stupid, don't even want their own white kids being taught by Ugandans in Uganda. Now, this sounds pretty funny, but if you can remember last year, the same thing happened in Kenya. In Nairobi, where you had a Chinese restaurant owner refusing to sell Chinese food to Kenyans. And when I thought about both of these situations, but in combination, the only thing I can fucking think of is Chinese and white people think Africans are stupid. Now, I made a video similar about whites and African Americans, but this has to be a little bit different because we all understand there's a certain beef between Africans and African Americans in the United States, in particular between Nigerians and black people. But while Nigerians and Africans are looking down upon black Americans in America when they get over there, talking shit and telling their own never to marry African Americans because we are a disgrace as black people. Meanwhile, the white people are going over to your country, living in the best neighborhoods, owning all of the businesses. The Chinese are taking your oil and selling it away from your countries. And how do they look at you? How do they view you? They look at you as if you're fucking stupid. You see, a lot of Africans look at black Americans this way, as if we're lazy and don't know how to do anything. And I can understand that. The African Americans don't make a great case for themselves all the time, but you must understand that when they even come to your countries, Uganda, and Tanzania, and Sierra Leone, and the like, you see, they see you as being incompetent. They hire you as maids. They talk shit to you. Some of them, they just fuck your women and write about it on blogs. Don't believe me? Go to www.naughtynomad.com and you will see a group of white men who talk about their expeditions in Africa and how they fuck the shit out of African women. And how if you show up to Africa with white skin as a white male, you will have the pick of any bitch that you want. And see, it even gets even worse. Despite the fact that white people treat you like second-class citizens in your own country, there is no kind of rebellion from the Africans toward the white people. See, at least in America, black folks at least got tired and fought back, or at least the Haitians fought back. But what do these Africans do? What do you Africans do? Every time you come across white people, particularly in Africa, you are their biggest ass kissers. You literally worship the ground that they walk on. I mean, I know that you're not going to like this, but clips are really preaching. Oregon. You see, that is what Africans do. When a white person comes over to Africa, from what I've been told, and particularly Nigeria and these places, these Africans are willing to push their own brothers out of the way to take pictures with white people. You see, they worship them at every given opportunity. Even the whites that come over to your country and set up shop. I mean, after all, it is your country. It's where you live. It's where you're from, but they live better than you, and they start their own churches in your country where you're not even allowed to attend sometimes, and have parties that you're not even allowed to attend sometimes. And they look at you as if you are fucking lesser and that you're stupid. I mean, while you're out on the streets in flip-flops and things of this nature, and you're poverty stricken and people are living on less than $1 a day, they talk about you. While they bleed your country behind and make up forums and give advice to other foreigners how to come over and benefit off of your country's resources. And meanwhile, you same bastards, when you come to America, you're looking down upon Black Americans. And see, this is what I really want to talk about in this part of the video, because Sean James said it best. We have the Negro Civil War, and you have the African Americans and the Africans. But I think the Africans are really trying to compete to be the best blacks among white people. You see, nobody wants to be more privileged. Nobody wants to be more accepted amongst the whites than Africans. So you got to get this. And the first thing that they do, many of them, they look at African Americans as their enemies, as if we're the ones that are holding you back, or not necessarily holding you back, but we're making it bad for you in Western places. But you see, the thing about it is you don't even make it good for yourself in your own countries, because you're so busy trying to come to America or go to Britain that your country is literally falling in the hands of non-black people. Like, the Indians who run Kampala in the merchandise market there. They won't even hire you. And if they do, they talk shit to you. What about the Lebanese who own places in the Liberian stores and Ivory Coast and the shopping centers there where you don't own anything, in your own places, but you come to America talking shit to African Americans? You see, white people have even less respect for Africans than they do African Americans, because at least African Americans will fight back. At least. I mean, I'm an African American, and African Americans are fucking stupid, but African Americans, for the most part, will fight back. But the Africans have no problem with being in a subpar position. You see, they like licking white people's asses clean. This is the reason why you have so much skin bleaching in these black countries. And see, this is why exactly when the white man comes over to where you live and talk shit to you in your face, you take a humble fucking position. In the meantime, you're looking down on the African American, when the meantime, the Chinese, and the British white man and other white people come over there, fuck the shit out of your women and make you look bad because you don't have anything. It's called neo-colonization all over again. So what I think happens is when the white person sees the African, he looks at you as poor, destitute, stupid, and dumb, and not able to learn. You see, you're not even capable. And that is exactly why they do what they do to you. And with all of that, you're still so happy to see them. This is exactly what I think that Europeans think of Africans. They think that you're just dumb as fuck. And it must be true because they own all the good shit in your own country. And you're trying to leave your country and never go back and help build your country up. And when you get back there, they treat you like shit. Well, that's been all for today. I won't make this very long. I know this is a video that many of you don't like, but if you look at who is actually building up Africa right now, who's actually installing shit in Africa and bringing electrical power sources and things of that nature to Africa, it's not Africans. It's Chinese. It's white people. And typically they're bringing that shit over for themselves. For an example, and I'll close with this. I live in Poland, and the internet that I'm uploading this video is by a company called Orange. I pay about 27 to 28 US dollars. My internet can go up to 600 megabits per second. That's the highest speed. I average at about 188 to 200 megabits per second. Now, it's the sad thing that this summer, if I wanted to go to Africa and live and do YouTube videos, it will be almost impossible. And the reason why it would be impossible is because the internet is like 3 times as much, are hella sky high, and it can't go as fast. And the reason why it can't go as fast is because, well, there's too much corruption going on in Africa where you can't even establish the infrastructure in most African countries, outside of maybe Arab-owned African countries or South Africa. You see, because you people don't believe in your own country so much that when you leave, you actually don't do anything in the country that you're from in Africa. So therefore, when there are nice shit to be had or businesses that could be brought there, it's absolutely not possible because the infrastructure for those businesses are not there. That's why you have fucking gas generators instead of actual electricity, because you don't believe in your own country. You don't establish it there. And that is why when the Chinese come over to your place and the British come over to your place and they look at how you live, they say, my God, these people are fucking stupid. How dumb can you fucking be to have a country with these many resources this long and there's no electrical plants here that are actually stable? You see, this shit wouldn't have happened if we had this country from the jump. And that's actually sad that it has to come that way. But when that does happen, and when you see Africa with electrical stability, and when you see Africa with high-speed internet or LTE telephone service, you can be best assured that nobody black brought it there. It will be a non-black person. And when you have to bring a non-black person to bring in a technology into your country, those people will look at you as being inferior. And they won't even hire your black ass to install it. Because that is how stupid you are to them. And that is how dumb they think you are. Well, for those of you who like this video, give me a likes up. If not, I really don't give a fuck. Thanks for watching. I'm back in classic views. I said I was going to go back to this sort of video lectures. Subscribe to my blog, thenegromanosphere.com. For those of you who want to donate, go to the first comment in this video. Also, go in the description link, add me on Facebook. Please do not send me any fucking stalking ass messages. I will block you. I ain't got time to be dealing with that crazy ass shit. One nigga sent me like 17 fucking messages in a row. Like, seriously, dude, I am not gay. I know you like me in this fucking sexy hat, but no. So yeah, continue to donate to the blog. Shout out to everybody who's been donating to the blog. And as you know, the buffoonery, it remains at an all-time high. I'm out.